Hey, welcome. If you're here, it's probably because you're interested in knowing how to start using OpenClaw and you're not sure how to get started. Sounds complicated, servers, configurations. We know this can get very complex very easily. So we created a system that you can use to deploy instances of OpenClaw without having to worry about anything from servers and how to set them up, set SSL certificates, none of that. You don't need to deal with all of that. We manage all that part so you can focus on setting up your agent to do the actions that you wanted it to perform. So let's go over a quick demo on how to launch your first ever OpenClaw bot. So you don't need any account to get started with OpenClaw. You don't need to register. Just come to our page, find the OpenClaw starter kit, and just click launch now. That's it. We will verify that you are not a robot, of course. Then you can see what is possible with Diploi. Main thing is that your applications are visible by default online. You don't need to configure SSL certificates or configure the servers themselves. You don't need to do anything. You can code from the browser or connect with your own VS Code. So that helps to speed up how quick you can code. And then you can see the state of your application. You can see their logs, all in a single interface. So now our deployment started and we have access to the browser IDE. So from the browser IDE, you have access to the code of your application. And in this case, we're using OpenClaw, of course. We can see all the code that is part of our OpenClaw instance. You can modify their settings, the server, the configuration in general, directly from here. On top of that, if you want to do some vibe coding, you can open the Continue extension, which is part of the browser IDE and comes already with LLMs configured by default. So you have access to these LLMs, you can prompt them and start generating code without having to add any additional API keys. So let's get back to our deployment dashboard and let's see OpenClaw live. The first thing you can notice is we have this welcome page from which you have access to a terminal that runs directly on your browser and allows you to interact with the OpenClaw CLI without you having to use SSH to access our remote server. You can do all these tasks that require you to interact with the OpenClaw CLI directly from the browser terminal. Now let's just configure our instance of OpenClaw. So you have access to the chat feature, which is the main thing you will be doing with OpenClaw. But one thing you can notice is that OpenClaw is answered already. And the reason why is because it comes configured with its own LLM. So you don't need to spend time configuring anything else. You have access to it. So in this case, we just order it to create a file, create it in the workspace folder, which is part of the OpenClaw files. Anything else that is possible with OpenClaw you can do here, so configuring cron jobs or modifying the settings and the behavior of your bot is all possible. The main thing is that you don't have to interact with the infrastructure layer for OpenClaw. So you only worry about the configuration of your agents and that's it. As mentioned, OpenClaw Diploi comes by default with GPT 4.1 Nano. And if you want to add your own, of course, that's possible. The main thing is that you need to configure the channels that you want to use. So let's say WhatsApp or Discord, you will need to configure those on your own. That's all you need to get OpenClaw running fully. So that's it. Now you know what you can do. Try it out. Let us know what you think. And any feedback or comments you have, just drop it in the comments. Or you can contact us directly on Discord or via email as well, that you can find that in the description of this video. So that's it for me. Thank you very much.